I don't have, oh, there.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity. So happy to see you in here, out there. Welcome. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. Last time, I can feel the Spirit rising up inside of me. I can feel the Spirit overflowing now. Feel the Spirit rising higher. Feel the Spirit overflowing now. Feel the Spirit rising higher. Feel the Spirit overflowing now. I can feel divinity rising up inside of me. I can feel divinity overflowing now. I can feel divinity rising up inside of me. I can feel divinity overflowing now. Feel divinity rising higher. Feel divinity overflowing now. Feel divinity rising higher. Feel divinity overflowing now. I can feel the sacred rising up inside of me. I can feel the sacred overflowing now. I can feel the sacred rising up inside of me. I can feel the sacred overflowing now. Feel the sacred rising higher. Feel the sacred overflowing now. Feel the sacred rising higher. Feel the sacred overflowing now. The Spirit, feel the Spirit rising higher. Feel the Spirit overflowing now. Feel the Spirit rising higher. Feel the Spirit overflowing now. Overflowing now. Overflowing now. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland, where we make that commitment to feel the Spirit, to feel the sacred, to feel this quantum field that we live and move and have our being in, to feel that moving through us. We welcome you whether you're in this space or you're joining us and you're part of our online family. We know that all of us, as we gather, as what I consider interconnected humanity, and yet sometimes it's not easy to find that and understand that. And yet part of our commitment can be to knowing that truth within ourselves, to identifying it. And any messages you've had that have said it's out there, it's not me, I'm not part of this, we get to let those go and evolve into something larger. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. For those of you who are new or haven't been a part of this community, we are moving into our 100th year of sharing ideas and principles. I wanted to start, before we open this service in prayer, I want to start with a quote from Dr. Jane Goodall. And it brings tears to my eyes as we recognize a being who shared her essence of spirit with the world. She was able to see inclusion and to support all of us through our lifetime of seeing an inclusion that it's not just human beings. It's the world. But she said, you cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Every day we get to decide. And we might think, but I just want to change what's happening. I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. But the truth is, every day we make a choice. And that choice we can open to a larger understanding of who we are, and then to see it in another. And when we do, and we have the actions, and I'm talking about Dr. Jane here, when she bent down and said, I know who you are, you're just like me. And she was able to see that with a chimpanzee. She recognized what actually Pierre Teilhard de Chardin had said 50, 60 years ago, that divine intelligence is in every essence. And so today, my invitation to all of us, we're going to get to meet life where it is. It may not be what we ordered or wanted or had any desire to be a part of, but we're a part of the evolutionary movement of this planet and of finding a God of our understanding that's large enough to include all of us and to know we're a part. We begin our services in prayer, and the desire is not to pray to a God out there. So if you got somebody out there, I just invite you to recognize that presence within you. It's a vibration of spirit that moves through every being on this planet. And our ability to recognize it strengthens it around the planet. So sometimes the choices we make are small ones. If this week you've been out in fear and worry and concern, and if we aren't, we're probably not paying attention, and that's okay. But to realize evolutionary movement requires disorder. It requires a breaking apart of an old order. And prayer is one of the ways we say, oh, I know I am one with that infinite. And so as we begin this service in prayer, I'd invite you to move into your heart space, to take that deep breath and to acknowledge the divine in you. And we just say, Father, Mother God, infinite spirit, we open to a vibration of love that has created us, that continues to vibrate through us, to move through us, to remind us that we are wholeness in this moment. One breath, one light, one life. Again and again, I am filled with this understanding and this vibration of spirit. We allow that love, which is the truth of our being and the truth of the quantum field, of this God, this vibrating life and love and presence, infinite intelligence. And we say yes to that movement, to that life, to that love, and know that it extends around this planet. We see every being everywhere, remembering I am love. I am loved. I have all that I need, and I am here as a channel of love. And as we hold that picture for our universe, arising above, we know that truly hands touch hands and say, yes, I am that I am. Present, available, always love. And for this opportunity and this knowing, we call forth in our minds all of those in our families, in this city, in this country that are hurting. And we say, I know who you are. You are the love. You are the light. And so it is. Amen. All right, and Beth is coming up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So good to be with you all. I will reiterate, this ministry was founded on affirmative prayer. And each week we have prayer chaplains that are available to pray with you following the service. This morning we have Carol and Annette here up front. Yes, give them a hand. Our chaplains hold the high watch for us in every aspect of this ministry. If you're not ready to pray in person, we have prayer requests in the backs of the chairs and out on the lobby tables. We have Dial-A-Prayer, which is available each day with a different message for you. And our Sunday morning guided meditations are led by our prayer chaplains, and those happen on Sunday morning, 10:30 in the chapel, excuse me, before the service. So while we're on the subject of prayer, I would like to say that one of our prayers were answered this past week. Do you know where I filled my water bottle this morning? At the new bottle filler on our new drinking fountain. Yes, we have moved into the 21st century, folks. So we are so blessed with people who give their gifts and their talents to this community. And I want to introduce somebody who's joined our maintenance team and who installed the new drinking fountain with his friend Mike the plumber, Erasmo Flores. Will you stand up and please be acknowledged this morning? Oh, my heart is so full. This is a major accomplishment, okay? From the moment I walked in here, I was like, we need a new drinking fountain, and it has manifested. So yes, prayer works, and we are so grateful. Erasmo, thank you for all the honeydews that you have done in the last couple weeks, and the big honeydew. He spent all week here putting that in, repainting the wall, so give him a hug after the service. Yeah, you're awesome. All right. So we have regular weekly classes and opportunities for you. Course in Miracles ongoing on Tuesdays, 10:30 a.m. All are welcome. You can join anytime, led by Carolyn Goolsby. More info out on the lobby table. Of course, we have chair yoga and meditation on Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m. in the chapel, $10 drop-in with Lisa Siri. It's a wonderful, wonderful time during the week. Alice's current event study group is still continuing on Thursdays at 1:30. You can check in with her on that. And Thursday evenings, also, we have the Grow Through Grief group, which is meeting at 7 o'clock in the chapel. And this group is based on the Phoenix Project. And so if you're not familiar with that, there are flyers out on the table that you are welcome to pick up following the service. Reverend Lisa will be teaching Discover the Power Within You. That starts this Tuesday evening, 6:30 in person and on Zoom. It's a hybrid class. It's a 7-week journey exploring the practical spiritual principles for living with purpose. Wonderful class. It's $105, $90 if you pay it before Tuesday. So come and discover, or for many of us, rediscover the power that is within you. It's a wonderful, wonderful class. The 2025 Women's Retreat, Coming Home to Self, fast approaching. That begins this coming Friday evening. It's a 2-day retreat held right here at Unity. We invite all women to join us for this special weekend with Reverend Kathy Long. She is no stranger to the Unity movement. She has been serving as president of the Great Lakes Unity region. She is a core team member of Unity Worldwide Ministries Earth Care. She really has a history in that, and she's a known presenter at many events, and we're just really privileged to be able to welcome her this weekend. So the retreat's $125. It includes both days and lunch on Saturday, and we do have some 50% scholarships available. So if this is something that you're interested in and you want to take advantage of that, please come and see me following the service. The fall spirit groups begin in 3 weeks on October the 26th. These are free small book study groups. It has us going deeper with our fall theme, which this year, the book that Reverend Lisa's picked is The Poisoned Arrow by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. We have some of those copies available in the bookstore. The group leaders are set. We have the sign-up sheets out on the table. You can take advantage of that. There's also registration in the newsletter. I will ask you to sign up early. Some of these groups at those prime times do fill up fast, so make sure you check that out today. Our holiday marketplace is coming up, second week of November, the 14th and 15th. We've been busy registering vendors. We have a lot of who are coming back. And we do have a QR code. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway, there's little slips with a QR code. You can grab some of those on the table, take them to your friends who are crafters, vendors, and tell them to come and sign up and spend the day with us. Last year, for our silent auction, this is one of the biggest fundraising parts of this community fundraiser. But we asked people to donate gifts, services, experiences. The experiences went over really big last year. Dinner parties, massages and body work, yard work, singing telegrams. Let your imagination run wild. If you have something you can share as a gift, we will sell it. We will auction it off at that holiday marketplace. We're also looking for people who have beach or mountain rentals. You could donate a weekend. These are just wonderful ideas. And if you have those, please see Dixie. Dixie, stand up. I know most people know Dixie, but if you don't know Dixie, there's Dixie. Yes, see her. She's heading that up for us. We love that. Okay. Of course, the big news here is that we are celebrating our 100th anniversary. The celebration continues. We had a wonderful homecoming weekend last weekend. It was so good to see so many faces that we hadn't seen in a while. We still have some tickets available for the October 17th gala dinner, putting on the Ritz. I know you saw our flappers up here last week making that snazzy announcement for us. But your $60 ticket includes a 5-course meal, fabulous evening of celebration, including some dancers who will be highlighting the dances of the day. If you're available during the day on Friday, October the 16th, they need some extra hands to help decorate that speakeasy downstairs. You can come and join the fun. But if you haven't got your ticket yet, we want you to do that today. So stop by the desk. Cher will be out at the desk today and having those tickets available for you. You can register. Wonderful food choices. And the 100th anniversary team is also celebrating with a raffle. You can win a pair of tickets to the Vancouver Symphony or a Willamette Vineyard special guided tour, which includes a wine flight and a cheese plate. So lots of fun gifts. Tickets are $5 for $10. You can get those at the desk too. And the celebration continues through Sunday, October the 19th, which is the actual anniversary of the first service here at Unity of Portland. So we're excited to celebrate that. We'll be burying our time capsule that day. And I'll mention, and Reverend Lisa might mention this later, we've got the time capsule out on the table with these little hearts that we would love for you to write your personal message on that we can include in that. And like I said, we'll be burying that time capsule on the 19th. We'll also have lunch catered by our neighbor, Savali Thai. So we appreciate you putting that on your calendar and being here for that special day. That's also the day that the bookstore's free raffle will take place. So you have 2 more weeks to get your name in for that. All right. If it's your first time here, you can see we are a busy and vibrant community with a lot happening, and we're so glad that you joined us today. We trust that you got a welcome packet on your way in, and if you didn't, now's your chance. If you just hold your hand up, they'll put one in it. My greeters and ushers have a handful of those. On the front, there's a red rose sticker, and we'd love you to put that on your name tag so we know who you are, can give you a good welcome following the service. We invite you down to Coffee and Connection. It's where we all get to know each other better, socialize a little after the service. And we'd love for you to keep up on what's happening here. And you can do that by filling out this yellow card or using the QR code. Give us your information. We'll get you on the newsletter mailing list. And and if you're interested in service, which is how we connect, how we make friends, how we join in community, on the back of that card, there's a list of service opportunities that we have here at Unity of Portland. So take a peek at those, and we appreciate you joining in all of our community things here. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Beth, and all of the things that she gets to share with us. I just want to take a moment and welcome all of you who are here for the first time, or you're coming back and you haven't been here on a regular basis. I want you to know that wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. There isn't a dogma you have to follow. There isn't a belief you have to achieve or a person you have to be. Instead, we recognize we're all part of an interconnected web of humanity, learning how to journey together. So if these ideas work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. One of the most important things we get to do as a spiritual community is create a place where people can come and say, oh, wait a minute, I'm okay. I'm going to get through this. I know who I am. I'm moving forward. If the ideas don't work for you, and it's just something that it doesn't include what it is you desire, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that will remind you of who you are and support you in that journey of living that and expressing that. All right, so we are, by the way, I have to say one more thing. I have to say, when that water fountain went in, my first week here, we talked about what it would take to get a water fountain. That was almost 18 and a half years ago. And so I had to laugh when it's like, wow, you know, Spirit has its own timing. And we get to really open to that. And trust is truly relying upon Spirit's timing. And that's what we're doing. So we get to sing.
Alrighty, please stand if you can. If you want to, please do. 1, 2, 3. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the
Ah, yes. And so it is. My soul is welcome here. I invite you to turn to those around you with a handshake, a namaste, a welcome, and just recognize the souls we walk with. We don't always get time in our weeks and our days to turn to those around us and say, hello, it's good to see you. Sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes it's easy. You know, Rumi, the 13th century mystic and poet, said, as you live deeper in the heart, the mirror gets cleaner and cleaner. It gets clearer and clearer. We can understand so much more. And so I believe one of the invitations of this time is to find a way to live deeper in the heart. In just a moment, we're going to spend a few minutes in meditation. And this is just simply opening to the realization that this one presence and one power is everywhere present, and that includes within us. And our opportunity is to get quiet and listen. And while we just spend a couple moments here in that silence, it's an invitation for us to remember that wisdom moves through us in the silence.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Sending love, sending love. I send my love
With every breath that I breathe, I relax my body. And I remember, I allow a cellular remembering of that infinite movement of love within me. No matter how long I may have pushed it away, I open. And I allow the love that I am to move throughout my being. I continue to turn my attention within to that sacred stillness, the infinite intelligence that lives as me, in me, through me. And I simply open. I am open to a deeper understanding of the I am within me, of the wholeness that I am. Perfect, imperfect, all of the movement of spirit is exactly as it needs to be this moment. The I am vibrates as love. And I simply rest in that love in the silence, in the silence. And with every breath, I allow a knowing that I am safe. I have all that I need. I am that I am lives within me, as me, through me. And I simply say yes to that sacred journey every moment. And so it is. Amen.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my faith. I send my faith over the mountains. I send my faith over the sea. I send my faith into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. It returns, and vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. And here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. And here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
Thanks. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you, to our musicians, for this opportunity. Wherever love is leading me, I will go. How's that sound right now? Interesting. It's wonderful, and it might be a little daunting. As we begin this morning, and the message that was last week, if you didn't get to see it, it was called 100 Years of Ideas. And I did some of the history of the first, I think, 60 years of this community. And I talked about some of the people who had led it, but that really what was introduced were ideas. And these ideas get to be large enough for us to live our lives within, for us to find a deeper part of ourselves and a way to live that expands who we are. We are on an evolutionary journey. And I don't know about you, but sometimes can I just have the evolution and not have to go through the journey to get there? Anybody at that place right now? We want the evolution, but we don't realize what it requires of us as individuals and what it requires of us as families and groups and communities and spiritual communities. How do we evolve to another place? So this week, I'm going to attempt, we'll see how much I get done of it, because I have to do this before we have our 100th anniversary, I've decided, and we're getting really short on time. So you will get to hear about some of the ministers that have been more of this journey, and then I'll do Reverend Dick, since he'll be here on the 19th, and myself and my mother, and Reverend Sidney will talk a little bit about that on the 19th. But I also want to talk about 100 years of going deeper, because many times the ideas themselves are wonderful. I will go where love leads. But what does it take to go deeper and live that? What does it take for us, individually, collectively, and globally, to move through that? And how do we live both in community? And it's amazing to come on Sunday mornings and feel the energy and the people, and to begin to look in another's eyes and say, I see that wholeness in you. And yet, then we go out into the world and we see what's happening and what we're being asked as the city of Portland, what we're being asked to step into and to find ideas and depth in our being large enough to stand in the middle of chaos and of troops or whatever we're going to get to stand in the middle of, and to stand for a larger idea. And so I want to look at this because as I've gone through this 100 years of this community, I've looked at the evolution of thought within the community and the evolution of ideas. And I believe we continually have to say, let's go deeper into our being. Anybody find that the ideas, fabulous ideas that served you before, don't always fully serve you? Anybody? These ideas, it's like, I want to be loved, but look what they're doing. I can't live within this. Where am I? Or these ideas themselves require evolution. And so I have 5 books up here. Who knows if we'll get any of them? But I want to talk about the required evolution for us to both the 100 years we're celebrating what this community has done, and there's more. We're just beginning. And so where do we go with this? And so last week, and I'm going to do it in hopefully 30 seconds, Reverend Marion Lance, who started the community, her vision was to bring these ideas to Portland. And I would say she did a really good job with that. At that time, when she began studying in the early 20s, this was not a vision for most women in America. And so to see a vision that wasn't possible or considered possible is what I believe we're being asked to do right now. So she did that. She was in this community until she made her transition in 1956. So she and this community began in 25. So she brought it to them. In fact, I thought it was very interesting. She brought it to a place where they created the architects created the outline for the new building and the space, and then she said, my work's done, and she left this planet. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful way to do that. Reverend Ross Goodman came in. By the way, Marion Lance was solid truth. She gathered people around her, and she was not easy. She just looked at them and said, so what are you doing in your life to meet this? And what are you doing? And you know what? Sometimes we need solid truth. That is the stuff that says, am I right now in this place finding a strength and a power and a love and an ability to respond with trust? With a God that's large enough that I am safe within that presence and power no matter what is going on around me. With a realization that that presence and power is within me and it is more than anything that's going on around me. So she brought that. Reverend Ross Goodman brought unconditional love, absolute heart. And this community was, for the next 9.5 years, lived with that heart. He just brought it for every being, for everyone, and just gathered people close and said, you will get through this. You will find what it is you need. Love yourself, love your neighbor, love the people around you, and you will find that path. Then Les Saunders came in with he just had enthusiasm and an ability to create something larger, and he was here for 9.5 years, and which is, by the way, quite a pattern in this ministry. But they built the chapel, they added the teen rooms, they got the garden, took the house off that lot over there, and that's how we got our garden. They bought the parking lot. They did a lot of different things, and someone from Unity in Salem reminded me and wrote me a whole page after last week's message. So she was watching online, she said, and don't forget, they seeded Unity of Salem at that time. Someone was driving up here because of the youth program we have and said, couldn't we please have a ministry in Salem? And so they sent, I think it was Reverend Gwen Norman, who was an associate minister. They sent her down there, and Unity of Salem is still vibrant and alive today and working well. Later on, well, I'll do that in a moment. So that was what we did there. And then after that came the Sickings, so Tom and Betty Sicking. And I do believe we have a picture of them. Yes, thank you. I don't know how long. But Tom and Betty Sicking came, and Reverend Tom Sicking was the minister. Betty became a minister while she was here. How many of you were there during that time? I know we have people who knew the Sickings and knew them well. That was a powerful, it was, they did a fabulous job. They just held a space for these ideas to grow within every person. And at that time, it was fascinating, and by the way, they were there 9.5 years also. which I thought was interesting. So just so you know, that was kind of, in fact, I kept looking at it when I was here at 9.5 years, because I knew it at that time. I was like, wonder what's happening. Is this okay? And we got through the 9.5 years, but I wasn't quite sure where that would go. But this idea, what the Sickings brought, at that point, this ministry was very focused on how do you evolve yourself. And I don't even know how much the word evolution was used, but how do you take these ideas and you begin to practice them in your lives? You can manifest, you can live a prosperous life, you can open to ideas that will support you and give you joy and happiness and love. And it was a relatively easy journey as far as we weren't talking about pieces out there as much as we were the individuals. So it was a time of individual growth. Anybody enter New Thought at that time? Anybody at all? Where it was that focus is on it was on manifesting. It was on creating a being that knew these principles and manifesting them in our lives. And that's still an important part. If you remember, and if you've studied anything about spiral dynamics and the evolution of consciousness, we move forward in consciousness, adding the best of the pieces that were there, and we also rise up and include. It's this rising above and including what was. And so the Sickings had a foundational ministry. It was when so many of the men's ministry, the women's ministry, there were so many different pieces that grew in strength and in ideas. And they brought science into the ministry. I know that they were studying a lot of the powerful teachings. They had biofeedback machines. They had, if any of you have used that to teach you how to train your mind, how to find a way to know these principles. And people were looking at just going from I am, and their old churches had said less than whole. They might have added the word sinner. They might have added all these different things, going to a place of I'm a creation of God. And that was where New Thought was. That was where that movement was. And it was powerful. And it was a lot of fun. It was easy to just say, I can become this. What was fascinating is if you look at our country at that time, this was also a time when the civil rights were going on, when there was a lot of separation. There has been a lot of white privilege, and then there were other things happening, and there was othering that it was easy not to be a part of. And so there were powerful, powerful ideas, but I think it's interesting that we're in a place right now where we have to bring them all together. You know, this rise up and include, that's really what we're talking about here. We have to get rid of some of the old ideas that have bound us. And I don't know about you all, but I believe that most of America still wrestles with the idea, am I a sinner? Am I really worthy enough and whole? Ilia Delio, who works with the material of Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, her book, The Unbearable Wholeness of Being, God, Evolution, and the Power of Love. And she's talking about what's happening now is that we are being called to hold that unbearable wholeness of being. And if you find yourself in the middle or wondering, I just feel like I'm torn apart, that's the evolutionary journey in many ways, saying pull in these ideas and hold them close. You are wholeness of being. You have what you need. And so those ideas with the Sickings were powerful. They did a beautiful job. They brought in, I know, Barbara Selvaggi and her husband were part of Seeding Unity of Beaverton. And it was Barbara's husband who went, and she started the youth ed there. And she started so many of the different things. And Tom Sicking, I want to talk about it because he brought a very important thing. And I had gone through and given away so many books, it took me hours to find this. This is called Creative Responsibility by Thomas Sicking. And his idea was on the ability to creatively respond when life happens to us. Not just to react, but to know we can respond. And when we have a response, are we creating the life that we desire? When we go into a fear response, What he believed and said and taught so well is you have the choice to breathe and get a larger idea and to begin to know a larger understanding. And so his ideas, and I will, he said, the buck stops here, which I thought was cute. He said, creative responsibility is the key to a better life experience. Creative responsibility is not something we need to attain. We already have it, but we should learn to use it more often and more effectively. And he went on to say, the vital thing we must learn to do more often and more effectively is to make sure those responses are creative. We want to make certain that our responses create what we want in life, not what we don't want. When we attain and keep an attitude of creative responsibility, our lives change for the better. Now, what that means to me, because I kept thinking, what does that mean? What it means to me is when my first response is there's too much pressure, there's too much fear. How do I move through here? To respond creatively means I have to have a belief that's large enough that I walk through that knowing who I am. I can't say what's going to happen around me, but I can hold an idea large enough, and I believe we get to hold it for others. We no longer live in a world of the 70s when you could hold an idea for yourself and just let everything else go. Instead, as it always happens, and as Spiral Dynamics said, we're going to be required to go from me to we as a society. When I first heard that, in the 90s, the late 90s, I thought, oh, that sounds wonderful. I had no idea what it might mean. But right now, I believe that's the call. We have to find a way, because if we're going to anchor, I have the presence and power, I am whole, I am infinite, I am complete, then we have to find a way to do that where it includes all of us. And we have to walk forward saying, we are. So the Sickings brought that, and I want to I will keep going on. And by the way, I want to add one piece. Well, yeah, let's do that, and then I will add. I want to add one piece. Ecologist Suzanne Simard revolutionized forestry science with her groundbreaking research, challenging the long-held belief that trees are isolated individuals fiercely competing for resources. That is what science believed for all of our childhoods. And then they began finding something different. Driven by observations that the Douglas fir trees would sicken after foresters removed paper birch trees, which were considered invasive weeds, Simard's doctoral work in the 1990s used radioactive carbon isotopes to trace nutrient movement. She discovered that birch and fir trees were not merely competing, they were linked together by a vast, complex mycorrhizal network, which was nicknamed the Wood Wide Web. The Wood Wide Web of underground fungi, which acts as a two-way pipeline. This network allows the birch to pass essential nutrients, including carbon, to the fir, especially when the fir is shaded, effectively mitigating the competitive effects and maintaining the overall health and ecological balance of the forest ecosystem. They are interconnected, and there is a web that connects them. My belief is that we are interconnected, and there is a web that connects us. And when I can breathe into an idea, I am enough in this day, it actually breathes into the beings around us. And so when we say, what do? I would invite you to breathe in the largest idea you know and simply allow it to know it for this planet. And it may not look like anything out there changes, but we're a part of breathing in to the new idea. By the way, after she wrote this book, the next book she wrote was The Not Yet God. She said the evolutionary movement, I've talked about it several times, that is required today is a God that is large enough to include every being. And we haven't gotten there yet. And so we might think, oh, I have it. But inside our heart, when things get tough, sometimes we exclude. And so the idea of belonging without othering is where it comes in. And so the next minister that came in we had Bob Wasner. He came in. He was here. The next few ministers, Unity went through some tough times, and they were here just a few years. And Bob Wasner was here, and he went on his journey. He made his transition a year ago or so. I knew him well when he was in Columbus. And after him came Reverend Pat Bosch. And Pat Bosch was another one who was here about 3 years. They all brought light, they brought ideas, they brought the ability to hold a community when we didn't know where we were going or what was holding. And what is so important in a community is to have a vision, to have a place of where are we going, what is it we're doing. And Unity had to find itself again. After Pat came, actually, I want to mention, this is Reverend Connie Wasner. She stayed and was ordained through this community after Bob left. They were no longer married, but she stayed in this and was here and then went on to a life of ministry. You know, with that, I want to say, I've been working with, did I not bring it? Yes, I did. We were made for these times. Yesterday, much of my day and the last few days have been with these books spread around me saying, could I just absorb them? This is a Buddhist nun who after 15 years left her order, but she said, we were made for these times. And she said one of the first steps that she says we must do individually as we face great change is to come home to ourselves. We have to have a practice that when we stand and we feel fear, we come home to ourselves. When we wonder what we're to do or where society's going, we don't put our focus out there, we come home to ourselves. And so the invitation that Unity has always had is to know you have the divine within you. You have spirit, you have life, you have presence, you have power. And then I'm going to move on because next we had Reverend Bill Clark. And Bill Clark was here just, I think 3 years also. So it went 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 3, 3, 3 was about what it was. And after that point, Bill went on to finish his ministry career in Florida. But after that, who we had, and I'll bring that later, was Reverend Dick. And Reverend Dick brought a vision and an idea, and he will be here on Sunday. So I am on the 19th. So I'm gonna stop the history part there. But what was fascinating that Dick brought, and I will say it here, and I'll probably say it on the 19th, is he brought a stability. There were things broken down everywhere, and he decided he was going to fix them. Do you know his last day in ministry? He was changing light bulbs up there on a broken ladder. And he and I, we didn't always agree on everything as far as that goes, as far as how much he did. But he had a vision for this ministry that was strength, and it was understanding, and it was the most delightful way of putting a foundation back in a ministry that had a vision. And he was here for 9.5 years. And so I am so grateful for that. But I look at, so what does this mean to us? Right now, I believe that we are being called to find a depth in ourselves that we wonder, where do we go? Ken Wilber says, what we have to be able to do right now involves this 4-step journey. And he said one of the first ones is cleaning up. We're going to have to clean up some of the mess that we've either believed or created or been a part of. I don't know about you, but I often say, I didn't sign up for this, not this part of it. I've got my mind where it needs to be. It's them. We are not going to blame ourselves out of this. We are a part of cleaning up our world. We're a part of cleaning up ourselves. We're a part of loving ourselves. We're a part of being there. He said the next phase is growing up. Finding the places where I don't have that largeness of understanding, where I still have hidden beliefs in somehow that are based in racism. They're based in othering. One of the books I'm working with is Belonging Without Othering. And I thought I knew belonging. But if it's belonging and you don't, then we've missed something in there. And so those ideas, the third step is waking up and showing up. But it starts with cleaning up. And Richard Rohr is talking about the idea that right now there is a process, it's the evolutionary process. He said it starts with what was order. We had order. But with that order, there was a lot in disorder. And he said disorder comes to the surface. And we have to all stand and be a part of reorder. reorder. We're a part of something larger. We're safe within our being. I do believe we were made for these times. We were made to stand and love what we don't even understand, to hold a space to say yes to this and no to this. One of Charles Fillmore's, he said one of the most important powers we have, he called it the power of judgment, and it hasn't been very popular in the last 30 years. So they actually changed it to wisdom. But his view of judgment was, no, this is not the truth for me. I include people. No, I'm not going to live over here. And yes, you didn't have to hate it. You didn't have to blame anybody. It was simply yes and no. And more, I've said, no, this is not who I am. And found out, how does the yes show up? What's my job in showing the yes? Can I show it to my neighbor? Can I show it to myself? Because any of you notice that we still have the individual work going on, and we say, that's enough as it is. Can't I just keep working on myself? No, we've been invited to include the other. And with that, I believe we get to find a universal yes that's large enough for us to stand in here and to walk out and to hold and to allow those branches of our being and the roots of our being to encompass this globe, and to know that the answer is yes. We are all a part of the whole. Thank you. Okay, we have that opportunity to know so much in our journey. Right now we're going to receive our tithes and our love offering. I just invite you that you have the opportunity to be a part of the giving, to make an investment in a community. We aren't the only community, but I do believe the ideas that we share save lives. I know they have saved mine over and over again, and that what an opportunity it is to recognize that. So there's different ways you can give. They are up on our wonderful board here, and they're also in the backs of your chairs. They're on a white card, and it's that opportunity to be a part of something larger, to know that we're all in this together, holding a larger space. We're going to say our blessing. I'd invite you to affirm it with me, knowing that divine love is the truth of our being, and part of our journey this time is to take that from an outside idea into a truth that lives as us. Let's do this together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
The weather, the waves, the cliffs, the caves, the mountains, changing every day. The seasons, the clouds, the stars come out each night in a slightly different way. Oh, what do I know? Constant is my soul, constant is the sun, constant is the love of the one. I can feel my heart beating like a drum. One mystery ends and another's begun. I'm watching the world spin beyond my control. Constant is my soul. The vision, the hope, the life I've known could be gone. Everything changes by the day. The aches, the pains, the dreams down the drain again, leaving darkness in their wake. Oh, what do I see? Constant is my soul, constant is the sun, constant is the love of the one. I can feel my heart mystery ends and another's begun. I'm watching the world spin beyond my control. Constant is my soul. And why do I fear another new beginning when I already know each ending coming in its perfect time and way? Constant is my soul, constant is the sun, constant is the love of the one. I can feel my heart beating like a drum. One mystery ends and another's begun. Constant is my soul, constant is the sun, constant is the love of the one. I can feel my heart beating like a drum. One mystery ends and another's begun. Constant is my soul. 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 Constant is my soul.
Thank you, thank you. I want to take a moment. There's two things that are happening this week that I'd love to draw your attention to. My class starts on Tuesday. This, for those of you who don't know, this book is the mystical teachings of Jesus. And you may have learned very different teachings of Jesus. You might even think they're not important, but right now in this time, I believe these teachings that he shared are large enough to evolve consciousness, and really being aware of them is important. Please don't not take the class because of finances. Let me know. I'm happy to work something out because I believe it's important for this time. Maya Angelou and Oprah Winfrey are the two who have probably put this book forward the most. It's by Unity Minister Eric Butterworth. So that's one thing. The second thing is the women's retreat. Take advantage of those scholarships. If it's not possible financially, I'm looking forward to this. Kathy Long's amazing. She actually began her Unity journey while she was with her boyfriend's grandmother in this sanctuary. And she came in and said, these ideas I've never heard and I've loved. She started and founded Unity in Gresham, and 25 years later, I hear more about her and what she did there and the love that she brought. So I'm looking forward to her. She'll be speaking. She and I will be here next Sunday, just letting us hear some of these ideas. But I just invite you to be a part. It makes such a difference when we gather together and say, oh yes, I'm enough. I can do this. I can move through that. And part of what we get to do as humanity, we talked about those interwoven roots. I would invite you to allow the love that is in your heart, to feel it, and then allow it to encircle this walkway right here. As our youth walk in, part of our opportunity is to see the light, to know the light, to feel the light that they already are. So let's sing them in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. I'm PJ, and I used to work with the kids some long time ago. But Barb and I have stayed connected, and in honor of our 100th anniversary, we've asked the kids to make their handprints and posted on the board, and you'll be able to see this downstairs. And it was nice to be with the kids again and to see their enthusiasm and their creativity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay, part of what we do every week is we stand and we join hands and we talk about peace on earth. I just invite you to let it move through your being as we do that this morning, and to know each of us is enough and we carry that seed of peace within our hearts.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, that peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Oh, yes. And as we close with our unity prayer, we surround the city of Portland. We surround our families, our beings, those who we know and do not know in this city. And we know truly that the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And you can know that this week, wherever you are, God is, and all is well. And you can stomp it to make it firm. We're going to sing our youth out.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing, we're the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. Yeah. I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing, we're the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise, and I shine in the light. Oh, shine